Welcome back to New Man, New Woman, New Week. I'm Ben Newman, and today I am crazy fired up to be with you because we're going to talk about your mentality for greatness in your life. How connected do you stay to the fact that greatness lies inside of you and that everything you need to achieve greatness is right inside of you? It's in your head, it's in your heart, it's in your gut. And when you face obstacles, do you stay connected to that greatness that lies inside of you? Or do you transition away and allow those obstacles to take too much power away from your strength to stay focused on the daily activities that it takes to drive greatness? Or when you face a little obstacle, do you say, well, maybe the timing wasn't right, so I just won't go? I had a really amazing opportunity to share the stage with Aeneas Williams, who this year will go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on August 2nd in Canton, Ohio. And I had the opportunity to share the stage with him in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, his first talk since being elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It was in the winter months. There were crazy winter storms. And I spoke to Aeneas. We traveled separately. I went with a friend. We drove to Cedar Rapids. Aeneas decided he was going to fly because of a difference in schedule. It turns out that Aeneas' flight to Chicago, when I called him to check on him, was canceled. The flight was actually canceled. So he had to go and find a different flight to get to Chicago. That was overcoming the first challenge, and he did that. He makes it to Chicago, and as a result of the weather, his flight from Chicago to Cedar Rapids was then canceled. There was no way that he was going to make it to the event that was supposed to start on Friday morning. Here he is. He would have been stuck in Chicago on Thursday night instead of Friday. I had an event that night with the University of Iowa, with their athletes and their coaches. So I couldn't go and drive to Chicago to get him. But I said to Aeneas, I have a friend of mine I drove up with. Would you still be willing to come here to fight this bad weather, to make it to Cedar Rapids, if my friend will come and get you in Chicago? Aeneas, in a split second, said, tell him to come get me. I'll be waiting for him. My friend committed to driving 3 hours to Chicago to go get Aeneas. He brings Aeneas back. It was almost 2 o'clock in the morning when they checked into the hotel. And Aeneas the next morning was in his suit with his big old amazing smile, energy and fired up and ready to go. Why in the world would a Hall of Famer fight bad weather, fight through obstacles, keep saying yes when everything was saying no, this isn't going to work out, no, it isn't going to happen? Just like that happens in your life. Why did Aeneas keep going? Because in his life, he has built up a mentality for greatness. He's recognized that when he faces obstacles, he stays committed to doing whatever it takes to get after it in his life. It floored me. I'm going to say it again, that a Hall of Famer would go through all of that because it was all about honoring his commitment to that business group in Iowa that day. It wasn't about Aeneas. It was the fact that in his life, he has surrendered to a purpose that is bigger than him, which enables him to consistently tap into the mentality for greatness that drives performance no matter what obstacles come his way. That's a life lesson for all of us. What do you continually do with your mentality for greatness in your life? It's one of the reasons why we started the Your Mental Toughness Minute blog. It's why every week we bring to you the Your Mental Toughness Minute blog, because life is tough, life is full of challenges, but the mental toughness side of what you do when you couple it with your natural talents is what will take you to peak performance in your life and build a stronger mentality for greatness. I'm so fired up to be with you next week. I can't wait to be with you throughout this entire week on Twitter @ContinuedFight, at our website, bennewman.net. Come check out the blog at yourmentaltoughness.net. I'm so fired up to be with you all the time. Until next week, for New Man, New Woman, New Week, go do great things.